5 years. Why? Why? Dumbass nigga, she leaving you because she can and because she want to. Women, they are loyal to their emotions. They are loyal to their feelings. And on top of that, the average relationship and marriage, they have nothing. They walking away, right? They don't lose anything. They don't lose no money, right? They walk away with everything they came with. They walk away with what they leave with. So when she leaves a man, when average woman leaves a man, she has everything to gain and nothing to lose. But guess what? If she's leaving you, that means her emotions have ejected you. That means her feelings are no longer into you. So guess what's left? She ain't paying for nothing. Matter of fact, she saved more money being with us. All the little checks she was getting on the side, she was putting that money in her bank account. So when she comes to the decision, after all them outside influences tell her, girl, you the prize. Girl, you know you can do better than him. And her work husband, girl, I would never do you like that. That nigga ain't stand on business. And her family tell her, baby, self-love. The therapist tell her, love yourself. Right? And then she comes back and she look at her finances. She look at her bank account. When she met you, she only had $8,000. Now she got $50,000. Adios, nigga. And then she got another nigga on the side who's been waiting on her for the last 3 years y'all been in a relationship. Her work husband. And so now he's going to pick up the bills right away. Soon as she leaves you, she got that nigga that's going to pick up where you left off. Okay. And she ain't giving him no coochie, though. She ain't going out with him, but they just talk on the phone at night, right? They just have a good conversation at night. And then every now and then they meet at Starbucks and have a cool cup. She cries, oh, I don't know why. I hate everybody. And then baby, you know it ain't you, it's him, right? But he ain't getting no coochie. He can't even smell her coochie, right? This nigga that's on the friend zone, that's the nigga paying her bills to supplement you, because before she leaves you, she tells him, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I can't pay my bill. And he said, no, I got you, baby. I got you. I got you, baby. Right? And then she's out. She's okay, I got that in place. This nigga gonna supplement these bills. Right? And I'm going to be able to go out and spread myself around. Because let's be real, most of these women are 304s out here. And they love it. They love being 304s. What's up, big dog barking? What you got to say?
Man, what the hell be wrong with you, Ruthless?
Man, I don't know. I'm feeling myself today.
I see. Man.
I'm just telling the truth, though. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not, listen, for my evaluation, right? By the numbers, by anecdotal experiences, by people that I talk to every day, by women being in these YouTube spaces, women are independent and they will drop a nigga like a bad habit.
I agree with that. Women do drop niggas like a bad habit when they're independent.
There are 1 million divorces a year, and women file for 875 of them.
But Ruthless, my thing with that is too, though, is like, if you really about your business, you wouldn't drop your ass.
No, let's see, and this is where we making a mistake at, big dog barking.
Why?
Because okay, so let's do a timeline. Can we do a timeline?
Go ahead.
So they meet, they start dating, right?
Right.
So we'll say average before they get married, average man actually married, we'll say 3 years, right? They date boyfriend, girlfriend for 3 years. That's pretty much the medium.
Gotcha.
He's already invested with his time and money. He's already in probably 70 to 80 bands. If he's a high earner, it quadruples that, right?
Okay, we're gonna say between 70 and 160. I got you.
Okay, and then if he's a high earner, it goes more than that. If he's like a millionaire, it's even more than that, right?
Okay.
So this then comes the ring and the marriage, right? That's
Yeah.
another. We just say once again, defense salary 10,000. Most guys doing payments. You know what I'm saying? We said
Right.
2,500 to 10,000, and then the wedding is if he has a wedding, it's between for 5,000 to 15, depending. Like I said, right? It could be more, could
All
be
right.
less.
Gotcha.
So before he walks down before he crosses the threshold, he's already in the bag for almost $250,000.
I agree with that.
Okay,
I can agree with that.
now she steps the ring and they get married. Boom, that doesn't stop, right? Most likely she's going to move in with him, so he's taking care of the mortgage. He's taking on the daily expenses to run the operation in the house.
All right.
Now she has a job. Let's just say she has a job. Her money's pretty much going in a separate account. This is 2025, right? Ain't no one pot rule no more.
My wife want to go to a separate account.
That's what I'm saying. Though. I'm saying this is no one pot rule. Days over. From let's say
I agree with
99.9%, 99.9% of our relationships is your money's my money's your money, right?
my money, her money, her money.
Right. I'm just saying that's the sentiment of 2025.
Gotcha. Okay.
So therefore, what happens if her feelings change for you, right? And she starts to get corrupted, right, by maybe outside influences, whether it be social media, her friend network, or her family, or her work husband, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gonna stay. The one thing that's going to make her easy for her to leave, she's gonna look at the finances and say, "Look, I have invested like maybe $2,000 in let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I put about 2,500 in this nigga.
Yeah.
You know, she paid for a couple of dinners, couple of anniversaries, got you some nice gifts. You know,
Right.
she's evaluating that. That's what women. One thing about women, they evaluate. She looking at, okay, I don't shit, and my bank account's fatter because he pays. He's been paying for everything for all these years. I've now accumulated a substantial amount of money,
Right.
and I got a work husband who I'm not gonna get under the coochie, but he will supplement. So if I have to leave this dude that I don't want no more, I got this guy who said he's gonna help me out with my bills after I leave him.
So hold up before you go any further. So they were together 3 years, they get married, they move in together, he paying all the bills and all that type of shit. So after blue, her emotions change and she looking at her finances and saying she spent so much money on him, but he paying all the bills.
She has saved up all this money. She's accumulated a lot of money.
So why would she leave him if he paying all the bills? Why would she leave him?
Because women they invest in their emotions and their feelings a lot.
But you
More
said,
than
is she looking at the finances
no, what I'm saying
and
is
he paying all the bills? Why would she leave if he paying all the bills?
right. But hear me out. But this is part of their evaluation, right?
Okay.
Once when they love you and their emotion they feel about you, they don't care about none of that, right? They're like, cool, I'm with them, I'm down with them. So you ain't got too much worry about it going nowhere, right?
Okay.
But once, and here's the gamble, right? Which is more for the men than the women. If her emotions change and her feelings change over the years, which is possible,
right,
she now evaluates why is she staying with him. And the first thing she's gonna do is her investment, as far as financially. And she'll look, not that much money. Then she'll look, how much money has she saved up? What happens if she walks away? Can she get an apartment? Can you know what I mean? Can she leave him and still save up a lot of money? So then she sees if she got her work husband, maybe 2 or 3 work husbands who've been in her ear for like, a couple of years, trying to get her away from him. And now she's gonna look at that and she's gonna tell him, well, I don't know if I'm gonna leave him because I don't want to pay my bills. They're like, what they gonna say? They're gonna make the offer. Right? Baby, I would never do you like him and I would take care of you. Don't worry about it, just leave. So therefore,
but any small woman will hear that shit and know they full of shit.
Watch this.
They
So
just
therefore,
want some pussy.
Doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
No,
if it's all about the money, about the money, she would have been there.
Women are filing 875,000 divorces a year. So it doesn't fucking matter, big dog.
What's the number one reason for divorce?
Finances.
I thought it was irreconcilable differences.
Same thing. They're literally the same thing.
Okay, all right. Okay,
you know what I mean?
I guess.
So, bam, she's leaving because she got this nigga over here to supplement this. She has money in her account. Because she doesn't invest in you.
Right.
She didn't invest nothing in you.
Okay.
Or in the relationship or the marriage. And now it's easy with her emotions leaving to walk away.
But why is her emotion? Why? But what made her emotions change?
Maybe because you're working too many hours and you weren't fucking her like you used to. Y'all weren't talking like you used to. A lot of change because you have to take care of her. So when you come home, you're sleeping. You got to get your rest. So you ain't really. And then the weekends come. You got the kids. So you got to give them attention. And typically a woman wants to be the center of attention. And now that she's not getting that from you no more, and on top of it, she got another nigga in her ear, telling how beautiful she is and how that she deserves everything and more. On top of that, right? Good work ethic.
A nigga, man, niggas be in female ears every day.
That's my point. And
but what you doing there to have to make her go though?
Because you didn't hear everything I just said.
You said that you ain't smashing it no more. You gotta pay
because you're working 12 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours to keep this house afloat.
Yeah.
To keep these bills paid.
Right.
Because she's not relieving you.
You still gotta show her some attention, Ruthless.
Yeah, you're gonna show her some, but not what she wants. Right? She wants to level. Listen, this is the problem. And this is the problem. Right? This is what you have to understand. Let's take Tom Brady. I'm using extreme, right? Tom Brady.
Okay. Tom Brady.
Clout, money. He had cable. He probably got everything his woman could ever dream of. He played football though.
Right.
But she told him, she made him an ultimatum. You either quit the sports now, so we can go on, because I want more of you. Even though she got him, football's only 4 months.
What what's that, September, October, November? You can go to February, depending on how good your team is.
No, I'm just saying it's really. And then after weekend on during the football season, she can fly her in for some time, and they can spend time together. So she got to pretty much, we'll say 7 months out of 12. Right? And they're talking on the phone, they're FaceTiming, they'll have the kids, they're coming, they're still doing things.
Okay.
Okay. So he said, look, no, baby, I'm going to play one more year.
And that's the problem.
Or he said to her, I'm going to play when I feel like stop playing, right?
But that's the problem.
But then hold up. Let me finish.
I'm listening.
And she said, because she was while he was on the way of playing football, she had the pool man all in her ear. I don't know why Tom don't quit now. He got there and said, y'all rich.
Right.
He needs to be here for you like I am.
Yeah.
Now, every morning they're having coffee.
Okay.
Every morning the poor man is in her face. Oh yeah, man, you look so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Because Tom's away on football.
Did he have to play that last year?
Okay, but that's not the point.
Did he have to play the last year, Ruthless? That's what happened. He played that one last year.
Big dog barking.
Did he accomplish everything he needed to accomplish? He go quarterback. Did he accomplish everything?
Big dog barking. She knew what she signed up for.
He did too. She a model.
Okay. She knew that he
played. She made more money than him.
But once again, right? They already have 3 kids together. She's already accepted that he plays football.
And he accepted that she a model.
But she was a former model when she was with him, because she gave up her career.
She still was model.
She gave up her career.
Okay.
And she was well taken care of. She had everything and more, right?
Right, she's straight.
So once again, right, he wasn't cheating on her.
To your knowledge, he probably wouldn't, but he played football.
No, you can't. He's a public figure. There's no way he can get away with that.
How?
Because media, the what do you call it, the paparazzi, whatever the little
paparazzi.
The paparazzi's walking. Yeah, they own it. They looking for anything to get the scoop. Tom was clean.
Motherfuckers cheat with or without the paparazzi.
But we don't want to get into that speculation though. You're speculating we're just talking about a
And
guy
you speculating
here.
about the pool boy.
Big dog. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, big dog. She
I'm
left him because all that time he's playing football, all those days away, her emotions started getting confused.
Why he just didn't go home?
He didn't go home. He went home when football off season,
He
which
went
was
home when
which was 5 months.
she asked him, did
They
he
were
have
going
to
on
play that
vacation.
last year? Did he have
Big
to play
dog
that
barking.
last year?
Big dog barking. They were going on vacations.
Regardless of all that,
They were hold up. They were having a good time.
regardless of all that,
Okay,
did he
so
have
now,
to play that? Did he have to play that last year?
hold up, big. Now here's and this is the problem. This is why I say, why do we blame men for everything?
Okay.
Nobody wants to say that she was wrong. Nobody wants to say she's wrong from tearing the house down. Okay, she might didn't agree. They might have a disagreement. She might didn't agree with Tom playing 1 more year or 2 more years, whatever the case was.
One more.
But the question is, was that enough to tear the family up?
Apparently, if
was it enough to tear the family up?
Ruthless.
Yes or no?
This is what I had to tell you.
I asked you a question.
I'm going to answer your question.
I want to yes or no, then you add context.
Okay. Was it enough to tear the house down? Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Because, bruh, for simple fact, it's like you Tom Brady. You got at that point in time, you already won 7 Super Bowl rings. You got more money than you can count. You a well-known celebrity. Why did you have to play 1 more year?
Now, this is where you're wrong at because you're making an assessment for another man's life. I built this shit brick by brick.
Okay, you built this shit brick by brick, but again, what was the purpose of 1 more year?
Because you don't like the way another look. See, you are the part of the problem, big dog market. Because you're sitting here, yes, you are. You're telling another man what he's supposed to be doing. And that's
I'm not saying like you do what you want to do, bro. I'm gonna always tell you that.
Big dog
but
market.
When you got your
woman, what you said, boy, market, he shouldn't have played 2 more years. She had everything.
She didn't give a damn about the one when he won that last Super Bowl ring. That was the goal to get one without Belichick. That was his goal.
Who are we to say that? That's not our business.
Well, apparently, it became everybody's business because he won the last Super Bowl.
Big dog.
He won the ring without Belichick. He had nothing else to prove.
Big dog barking. What we're missing here is a man is the leader. And if the leader says, I'm going to go 1 more year, bitch, settle down and follow my lead.
Okay.
I'm not cheating on. Hold up. I'm not cheating on you. I'm not leaving you for another bitch.
That's speculation.
I'm going to pay. Hold up. Damn, big dog barking.
What?
I'm going to do, and I do. I love the sport. I got a couple more in me, right? I got a few more things I want to accomplish, and I'll be right back. Now, granted, I'll give you this credence to this. She should like, oh God, I don't like it. But you know what? She didn't think, right? Wow, he did all this. He has been here for me. He has taken care of me and the kids. What's 1 more year? Not even 1 more year. What's 8 more months? Right? 4 months this year, 4 months next year.
Ruthless.
So
trying to kill myself started in May or June.
Big dog barking. That is what you call selfishness.
Because she asked her nigga to stay home.
She is listen. Her job is not there to be there to tell him what to do. That is not her job.
Well, he ain't got to worry about it no more. She gone.
Okay, but the point is, big dog barking. This also is an indictment on you.
On who?
You.
What I do?
Because I know who run the house now.
Who?
I know who's the boss in your house.
Over?
Yeah. Yes. I know who the boss. You just indicted yourself.
I do what I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
How come I don't?
Because you just indicted yourself by saying, well, he should have did this for her.
Yeah. My wife asked me to do something for her and I stopped.
Big dog barking, birds of the feather flock together.
But see, the difference between me and Tom Brady and my wife asked me to stop. My wife asked me to stop fucking around with other women. That's all she asked me to do. She asked Tom Brady what was the difference of playing 1 more year when you got everything.
Okay, big dog barking. This is an indictment on you.
I just told you what my wife told me to stop doing.
And you did it.
And I did it.
Check
Because in
yourself.
my head, it's better for me to go and cut that shit off and
Check
keep my
yourself,
wife
nigga.
in the for what? To keep my wife.
Happy wife, happy life, nigga.
I like my wife.
And I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
Happy
So
wife.
if in order to keep my wife, all I gotta do
Hey,
is keep
you know
my
what, Big
dick in
Dog
my
Barker?
pants. I kept my dick in
You
my
know what,
pants.
Big Dog Barker? You're very valuable right now.
I know I am.
You know why you're valuable?
I know I am. What's up?
You know why you're valuable, nigga?
Why?
Because you help and substantiate my argument, which I believe is true. I believe 100% of marriages, for them to last, it's happy wife, happy life. There's no other way. Once again, let me say this. There's
I'm
no
listening.
other way that you can make a marriage last unless you happy wife and happy life in it. If you are the man, the leader, and you're assertive, and it's happy spouse, happy house, she will leave you.
Ruthless. You know how long I was fucking off on my wife before I stopped?
I don't care. You still broke down, nigga. Break yourself.
After 15 years, I
Break
finally
yourself.
stopped.
Break
It's the
yourself.
difference.
I don't care if it's after 15 minutes. Break yourself, right?
So me being in the wrong and I stopped being in the wrong means what? I gave in
Yes.
because I was
Because
wrong.
what you said was, and this is what, and I can feel you because I'm going through this every day. Because you know I deal with multiple women, right? And
Yeah.
all of them, they're trying to break me.
But I'm married to a man.
They all want me to themselves.
Yeah, my wife.
They all want me. They all want me to leave my options, right? To stay with them only. And you know what I tell them? You know what I tell them, Big Dog Barking?
I'm listening.
You stay as long as you're happy, baby. When you're ready to leave, don't let that door hit you. because it's all about me. I'm selfish.
You know how many times I told my wife to get them papers?
Yeah, you ain't, but you still
now that's where you don't know. You know how
broke
many times
down, Big Dog Barking. You just said
Ruthless. You know how many times I volunteered to leave the house?
Yeah.
I volunteered. She didn't put me. I volunteered.
Why would you do something like that?
Huh?
Why would you do something like that?
Because I do what I want to do.
Wait a minute. You volunteer to leave your house?
I volunteered to leave the house. Well,
your house or her house?
My house.
You volunteer to leave your own house?
I volunteered to leave the house when she had shit.
Wait, hold up. The king was ready to render his castle?
I left her with nothing and took my son.
And she kept
my daughter.
And she kept the house.
I came back because my son missed his mama.
You kept the house. She kept the house.
I gave her the house.
I
was ready to thug it out with me and my son.
Wait. The king relinquished his castle?
Yeah.
To make a point? To make a point?
Hey, I still do what I want to do, Ruthless.
Thank you, Big Dog Barking. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Big Dog Barking. This is why the women are winning.
How? When I come because my son wanted to see his mama?
Let me say this. Now, this ain't just for you. This is general.
Okay.
Right?
I'm listening.
This is why the women are winning. Because us men, we're willing to give them everything just to prove a point. Instead of saying, you get out and you get nothing. If you can't, listen, if the cost of losing that relationship to her is gaining a house, it's worth it. And then you came back. Oh, my son missed you. You missed her too, nigga.
Oh, Ruthless, I was still fucking off on. I ain't missed that much.
Both y'all missed her.
Ruthless, I moved in with another female at that point in time.
It don't matter. Your son said, Daddy, I miss mommy. And you said,
my son like his mama.
And you said, I miss her too. Let's go, baby.
Ruthless. I could have easily. Hold up. I could have easily dropped him off at my wife and went back to where I was and not gave a fuck.
Hold up. Right, you could just let her go visit. You miss your mother.
Or I did what a lot of you niggas say y'all go do is I raised my son.
Hold up, Big Dog.
I raised my son
Big Dog.
without my wife.
You could have dropped his ass off.
And could have kept pushing.
See your mama for the weekend.
Coulda
I'll be
kept
back to
pushing.
get you. You miss her. No,
Coulda kept
what happened
pushing.
was he said, Daddy, I miss mommy. And you said, I miss mommy too.
I didn't say that.
And you
I didn't
came
say that
back.
part.
You came back, broken.
I know I didn't break down
Broken.
broken. No,
Yeah,
no,
because
no.
you want,
No,
remember,
no,
she
no,
wins if
no.
you come back. She
Huh?
wins if you come back.
She did what?
And you came back to her and said, baby, I'm gonna do whatever it is to keep you happy.
I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
niggas. I don't know what niggas been telling you in
Yes,
jail.
big dog
But
barking.
I'm not that animal. I'm not the
Yes,
domestic
big
animal.
dog barking.
I'm not
Yeah,
the domestic
hey,
dog.
big dog
I'll
barking.
piss on your porch.
Hey,
I'll
hey,
shit in your house. I'm not that dog.
hey. This
I'm
is
not
you.
that
This is you,
domestic
big dog
dog.
barking.
Babe, if you could save that gazelle from getting caught from that cheetah, you'll get lucky tonight. Where you going? Where you going? Yo, what
That was
Ruthless,
you, big dog.
ruthless,
That was you,
please.
big dog.
Ruthless, please.
That was you, big dog.
I
You was out
doubt it.
that house. You had a new life, a new wife, and you said your son came. You said, "Daddy, I miss mommy." And you said, "I miss her too."
That's a
And
lie.
you took your ass on back there with him
Yes, I did.
and said, "Baby, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make you happy."
That was no. I
And
ain't say
she
that.
said,
I didn't stop doing that to 2021.
Oh, baby, please. I'm down on my knees. I need you back in my life, baby.
That's what's going on, big dog." And then, hey, this not, and then, no, let me say this, big dog. I don't think nothing's wrong with that.
Okay.
Just for the record, I'm not trying to shame you for that.
Okay. Because I'm
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, it's very stoic for a man to be the bigger person when he's dealing with someone who is very unstable.
She wasn't
And
unstable.
we make the adjustments, necessary adjustments to keep the family intact in order.
But I just told she wasn't unstable.
But she was, well, whatever is the reason you left her, it wasn't because y'all was stable.
I left her because my dick was more important than my relationship at that point in time.
Y'all was arguing, and there was other things, right? It was a preference thing.
Ruthless. I argue all the time. I argue with motherfuckers with her now online.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the argument. I told
But
people
the point I'm
my
making
wife
is,
got attitude, and I married her with attitude.
do we know why you know why you left Big Dog Barking?
Why I leave?
Because you
Tell
wasn't
me
happy.
why I left my wife.
You wasn't happy with her.
Who?
You was obviously she wasn't matching the energy the other girl was.
My wife would do whatever I asked her to do, Rufus.
Then you left her for someone who you thought was
I
better.
left her because my dick
We've
was
been
more.
rescued.
Yeah, you thought you was getting better.
I didn't think I was
And then
getting better.
What happened? You went over there, and the other woman that was there ready to step up and take her place,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't love her. You didn't care about her.
I didn't love a lot of them.
But you loved your wife. And you
I
still love
left
her.
them because my dick.
And you cared. No, I'm saying. And then you went back to her. When your son that hit you, that was the trigger. When your son said, "Daddy, I'm with mommy." You said,
I didn't want my son to be
"I'm
fucked
with
up.
mommy too." Right?
Never that.
And then you came back.
The little
You
John
came
house
back.
I went. The
You
little
know what
John
you
house
told
I went over. I ain't have to do
You
shit
know
but
what
to give her dick.
You know what you told her? You know
What
what you told her, Big Dog Barker?
What I tell her, Rufus?
You said, "Baby."
You can't even tell me what I said.
You said, "Baby, I'm going to make you happy. I'm
She
going
was
to do
already
everything
straight.
for us to work."
She was already straight.
Yeah.
I left because
Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family. Never forgetting where we came from.
That was you, Big Dog Barker.
It really wasn't.
That was you. That's why you came back.
It really
Because
wasn't.
if you wasn't you, Big Bar, go on. If that wasn't you, you wouldn't have came back. You stay where you was at and kept being for the streets.
Who? Ruthless. I always been for the streets.
But what happened? You fell weak. You said, "You know what?" You said,
What
"You know what?"
happened was I didn't want my son to be without his mama. Even though
And
I was ready to be
nah,
without his
nigga.
mom.
Nah, nigga. And stop right there, Big Dog Barking.
Go
Pause.
ahead. Okay.
The women aren't doing the same thing that you would do.
Women ain't doing the same thing that I would do.
No. Hey, once they leave, they burn the motherfucking house down, nigga.
They can do that.
And they turn the kids against the man.
They will do that.
And they'll take you to fucking family court.
They ain't doing it.
No, I'm just saying this is what women are doing out here. They are
Oh,
doing
yeah, because I ain't never
it.
paid
We're talking about general, right?
I ain't never paid
The average woman who leaves her, who divorces her husband, they're not going back. And if their kids come tell them, "Dad, mommy, we miss daddy," they say, "Well, keep missing them, nigga."
I don't, well, that's in most nigga cases. I ain't those niggas. That's all I can tell you.
That's what these women are telling their kids. You gonna keep missing them.
Yeah.
You want to see him, and when you want to see your daddy, you get you on the weekends, next weekend or next month. That's when you see him.
Yeah. And to avoid all that, I took my son with me because I didn't want my wife trying to turn my son against me.
Right.
And most niggas don't want to do that.
We got to understand, right? These women, Big Dog Barking, I'm kind of glad you told me the story because I have a lot more respect for you than you know what I mean?
Damn, you had no respect for me.
I have respect for you. I said I have more respect for you.
Oh, I'm about to say ruthless.
You know why I respect you more?
Why?
Because you stepped up, right? You had every opportunity to walk away.
Yeah.
And you stepped up. And you put the family first. You put her first. And you sacrificed your ego and your ambitions to, you know what?
I stopped fucking other females, Rufus.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's part of it.
My ego still
you sacrifice your ego, right? Of your selfish ambitions that, I would fuck out as many business I want to. And you sacrifice that to go back to your wife and reconcile your differences.
At that point in time, my son was 3.
Now, what I'm saying,
2021, he was 14. So that's a 11-year difference when I still was doing the dumb ass shit. I stopped when he was 14.
No, Xerox, I'm not blaming the women, Xerox. What I am is I'm giving reverence to Big Dog Barking. Big Dog Barking left his wife and took the kids and then thought about it and evaluated. And then his kid said, "Daddy, I'll miss mommy." He said, "I'll miss her too."
Ruthless.
And then Big Dog Barking, Big Dog Barking thought about his family and everything that he had, accumulated, and said, "You know what?
Right.
I'm better in one home with my family under one roof,
but
out here trying to fuck all these bras."
He was 3.
I stopped
when he was 14.
That to me, Big Dog Barking is commendable.
Yeah. And
hold on. Let me finish, Big Dog Barking. That is honorable.
Okay. All
right?
I did right.
Sometimes, Big Dog Barking, you have to see the bad to see what's good for you or what's better for you, right?
It took me a while to see that.
Sometimes it takes a mistake or two for you to, you know what? I need to be back where I started this shit. And when I've started, I'm now going to finish it. And that is
my first and last. Yeah, I get it.
This is what the women of today need to understand. You can always go back to your husband. Y'all, it ain't over. Y'all can work it out. But what do women want to do? They burn houses down left and right. Right? They savage. They even marry another nigga, had a kid called that nigga dad.
But Ruthless, if women so savages, why niggas ain't savages?
We're savage, but our savagery is different. We're savage. Men, we were more savage in the streets. Like we come to take.
Now, maybe it's just my DNA, but if there's no love for a nigga in the streets, there's no love for a female acting wrong.
Listen, let me finish. God dang. Women's savagery is different, right? If we're dealing with women, listen, if we're dealing with women we don't love and don't care about, Yeah, we're gonna run through them, no doubt.
Okay.
Okay, our savage, but our premise of our savage is mostly violence, related to violence. Like we're taking a nigga out if you get on the nerves, all that.
But if you were
But
savage,
if,
you were savage.
hold on, slow down. But if a man finds or thinks he finds the apple of his eye, and he gets on one knee and puts a ring on the nigga and pays for that wedding, you're pretty much he's not going to leave.
But
It's going to take. It would take an extreme circumstance for him to walk away.
And
from
I'd
that.
say that's what nigga problem, because even with
No,
the apple of my
no,
eye, it might
stop,
got a worm in it.
No, stop.
What?
Because you asked me to make a comparison, and I'm making it.
Okay.
Is you said why are men savage? Yeah, our savages look different. But once a man finds the apple of his eye, that bitch that he loves,
What?
right? It's going to be very difficult for him to walk away from that love.
Why?
It's just because this is where we're wired, right? We're protectors
and I think that's stupid.
as well as providers, right?
I think
As
that's
well
dumb.
as we. Yeah, I'm just saying this is a special woman to us, right? If a woman is special to a man, he's going to step up to the highest degree, and this is why we don't lead the number in filing for divorces.
Why not?
Because we are committed to duty. We're committed to the plan. We knew what we was getting ourselves into.
Right.
We knew that she wasn't going to be perfect.
Correct.
We knew that to build a great relationship, you have to go through the good and the bad.
I agree.
So we have all those things in our mind before we put a ring on it. We said we are going to dedicate. So now I'm going to say this to your point, Big Dog Barkin. Unless, if he walk in the house and she's getting a cheese clap, no, that's pretty much over. Right? That's extreme. I'm saying that's very extreme, right?
Cool.
Or she fucks his brother, something like that. Yeah, he's out of there.
But a lot of niggas will still stay out there.
Yeah, some people still stay. I'm just giving the most likely a man leave. It has to be those type of extreme things for him to leave his wife, right?
Why it just got to be her smashing another nigga for you to leave?
I'm just giving an example of men pretty much are dedicated. Once they put that ring on it, especially if they put a ring on it,
right?
They're pretty much dedicated to that journey.
So you lose your balls when you put the ring on her finger?
No, you don't lose your balls. You don't lose your balls. We just understand commitment.
I understand commitment. I've been married 20 plus years. I understand commitment.
Okay,
but I ain't lose my balls in the process.
Hold up, Big Dog Barton. We understand commitment better than women do. And this is why we leave the less. This is why I'm not saying we're perfect. There are some men who, they get another woman and they leave. I'm not saying this is 100 out of 100. But for the most part, the majority of men, once they put a ring on it, once they find this is the apple of their eye, it's very difficult for him to leave that woman, because most men will, even if they don't like her all the time, even if their feelings might dissipate a little bit, we will turn to duty. And most men want to keep their family in one house. And this is overwhelmingly men in the highest level. We want to keep our family one house.
But my thing with that is you can't sit here on one hand say you the leader and I get my way and I dictate shit, and then when she acting bad, you still won't leave her because you about duty. It's like, bro, if you were savage, you were savage. Regardless of how much you love somebody, you're gonna have to hurt their motherfucking feelings to get a point across sometime.
But what that's not the point we're making. We're making is a lot of these women who are filing for divorce, that's not the case. Some of them is feelings because of outside influence.
A lot of them, if she step out the house, she got the outside influence on. She walk outside the door.
Okay, but it's just you keep reiterating what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, because the women are the weaker vessel, right? They can't be easier influenced than the man.
But would it go
right?
back to
This is why man has been given a title of leadership because
But-
we are more, or we're lesser. We're not as easy as target. Let's say a woman, right?
But
A woman's an easier target. We're like if he meets her work husband and he's constantly in her ear, and her friends are telling her you can do better stuff. She's more easier influenced by
okay.
that than let's say a man.
But even still, if she the weaker vessel and she's easily influenced, she also knows what she got it good at. And if for much bullshit that I did in my own personal experience, my wife always would tell a motherfucker, he gonna take care of his motherfucking house. He gonna take care of his kids.
Once again, now you are your wife and you right now in 2025 are outliers. You guys are not the majority anymore. Let's keep this. So now you're speaking to the minority, strong minority.
Okay.
Majority of women, whether their man is successful, whether he's unsuccessful, whether he's cheating, whether he's not cheating, they are filing, like I said, there's 1 million divorces a year, and women are filing 875,000 of them. They're leading. And the number one reason is finances. Okay? So women are saying by the numbers that men are expendable if that man can't better them lives for them. If he doesn't make her life better or she doesn't reach where she thinks she needs to be, she's out. She's putting a parachute on. And if they got kids, she's taking them too. And she's going to courts and bag that payday. What you got to say, Kasim, on this topic? What do you want to come up here? Hold up. We got Kasim.
That's right. Get my damn theme music together. I'll wait.
We got.
Oh, baby, please. I'm down on my knees. I need you back in my life, baby.
We got Kasim, the dream.
You know what, Ruthless? I really admire how you try to tell me how my life is. I really admire how you try to tell me what my thought process and how I think in order to get the outcome that you want, fam. So shout out to you, Ruthless, for your wild imagination about how I live my life.
Man, I swear you got a vivid imagination.
No. That's wrong. You made qualifying statements. And I addressed the statements which you made.
But right? You know what, though? Big Dog Barking, he proved a lot of my points and was basically saying the same thing that I was saying. A lot.
Okay. So let's address this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Submit to a man's ability. That's wrong.
Stop.
Stop it.
Yes, right. Yes, she does. Right? She's basically. Wait a minute. Stop. Let me come on, Ruthless. Let me get this out.
No. Here I'm letting you go. I'm saying break it down. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. A woman will submit to a man's abilities. His ability to do what? His ability to think, his ability to problem solve, his ability to provide, his ability to protect, to look out for things in the long run. She will look at those abilities, and if those abilities have enough favor for her to benefit from and have a comfortable lifestyle, she'll be like, okay, I'm gonna rock with this dude. Now, if you're a man and you don't have majority of those things that she can submit to, she won't do it.
Okay.
So, and again, a man.
I'm giving you a chance to explain this. Let's go to the next part, right? This is you. All you're doing is breaking down your statement, okay? So then you say, if you are a capable man, she has something to submit to. Break that down.
Yes. If you have those abilities, having strength, having competence, being strong, being motivational, you can get good results. The things that you do, she will submit to those things.
Okay. So next part. The next is men don't demonstrate enough of the masculine abilities where she chooses to stay.
Correct.
Go ahead.
You cannot keep a woman. She can stay. A lot of men think that they can do things, that they can keep a woman, and it transforms the interaction to doing what she wants to do. You have to demonstrate enough of those qualities, right? Where she's looking at you like, okay, he takes care of things for me. He takes care of the household. Everything is set. He pays for everything, and I feel comfortable. So I'm going to choose to stay.
Okay. So now to the next point, right? So you also said his abilities causing her to have an emotional response.
Yes.
It
When
will
you are doing those things, when you are quote unquote bag chaser, you get in the bag, you making things move, you go into a room and energy shifts towards you and your favor. She's looking at that and she's having an emotional response to those things that you do. Now, based upon the quality of the things that you do, that emotional response that she has, it could be positive towards you or it could be negative towards you.
Okay, Cassian. So so you validated your point, and this is why I say you're part of the problem.
What?
So because that's why I had to break it
I
down.
want to hear this.
Because number one is we understand that women they have full autonomy. That's one, right? A woman in the history of this world have never submitted to a nigga's abilities, right? What women do is they latch on to the best, I would say, suitor to give them what they want, right? And this looks different in a lot of ways. Some of it's money, emotional support, sex, whatever it is that they feel that makes them whole. So
his abilities, Ruthless. His abilities.
I'm telling you, this is what's wrong. This is where you right, but this is where you, and this is without substance. So therefore, she are emotionally attached to these things, right? The emotional attachment comes, right? Then her feelings kick in, right?
But they just don't listen, Ruthless. It just don't happen out of nowhere, out of thin air. She has to wait a minute, Ruthless. She has to be able. Nope, she has to be able to see, and you have to demonstrate those things for her to have a reaction to it, Ruthless.
You already broke this down. We heard your point. Now
but you just reinforcing my points all over again by your stories.
No,
you just reinforced my point.
If her emotion, women are submitted to their emotions, not the man.
Correct. No, correct. But she is ruthless. She is ruthless. She is responding. She is responding emotionally.
I let you finish your whole breakdown of your point. Respectfully, Kasim. I listen to you, and then I let you reiterate. All I'm saying is a woman is loyal to her emotions, not the man. And once those emotions are changed or I would say have been tampered with, she has now become compromised. Women do not submit to men, they submit to their desires of what they want from that man. That means if she's unhappy with you, and her feelings tell her she can feel she can do better or do different things better without you and be independent without you. And then if her work husband's getting in her head, right, she will walk away from you. She will take the kids. She will file the paperwork in the courts, take the kids from you. These women are filing 875,000 divorces a year. There are 1 million divorces a year. So this is why, and they're leaving not only poor men, they're leaving also rich men. They're not leaving just rich men, they're also leaving the middle class men. Because why? Women have independence, and they do what they feel is best for them.
You done now?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. You just reiterated my point all over again, Ruthless. And you and I have already agreed in the past that to a woman, her emotion is law, right? But you have to remember what we as men, what we demonstrate, what they see us do, that causes that emotion. So if we're doing things that she's going to positively benefit from, she's going to have positive emotions. I like to call them light and fluffy. If we're doing things where we're not getting very consistent results, we missing something in this area, we're doing this wrong, and that happens to steamroll over and over again, those results that we demonstrate is going to have her to have a negative impact on us. And she's going to have negative feelings that's going to cause her to react and do certain things. I'm breaking it down deeper, the root cause of those things, Ruthless, not just the surface level, because we've agreed on that already.
So we can all agree with this, right? For the sake of the argument, that women choose bad guys for the most part. They have a very strong history of chasing after rappers, Pookie's, Ray Rays, married men, etc. Right? So we do understand, right? Their emotions are very confused, right? The guy that's right there that wants to be faithful to them, that's giving her roses every day, she don't want him. She's chasing the nigga in the sky, right? The invisible nigga that don't exist. But in her mind, that's where her emotions are. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna pass it to you guys. I'm gonna let Nidus get in. Big Dwarf, I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna let Nidus get in.
All right.
There are women that still love Tupac right now to this day, right? And this nigga is no longer living. So we understand that women's emotions, they can be attached to something that doesn't exist. This is what makes them fleeting. This is what makes them unstable. Because how can you love a dead nigga? This nigga don't love you. He's dead. He doesn't exist on earth. But there are women who are infatuated and are dedicated to Tupac as we speak. There are women who are dedicated to rappers who don't even know their name. Because why? They're emotionally attached to the lyrics, to the words that's coming out of his mouth in a song.
Yes, so music does that. Music causes women to cause people to have emotions. Yes, so it does that.
Right. And this is what makes emotions dangerous to women. Because these things are not, this is not who the guys are. They're just rapping to be rapping. And how you have emotions for shit that has nothing to do with romance and love. And we're talking about Lil Durk. We're talking about Kodak Black, talking about robbing and delete niggas. And women flocking to these men more than, listen, women are not lining up at the doctor's office. Women are not lining up at the lawyer's office. Women are not paying their money and spending their money to go get with engineers, right? Women are spending their money. They're lining up in droves and millions to chase who? These drill rappers by the millions. So we can't sit here and say that, oh man, how she feels for us, her positive energy, if she's attracted to negative energy. Now, go ahead, Big Dog Barkin. What you have?
I was just finna say that ain't gonna be long night because I know you want to get in and get on Ruthless.
No. I got all day. I already cooked Ruthless earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I like
that was beautiful, Nidus. That was beautiful. I heard it.
I like
magnificent.
But I was gonna say, Ruthless, like, do you think them so-called good guys don't want to be the bad guy?
Yes, they do, but they can't.
Why they can't?
Because their ambition is to get a job, get a home, provide, protect, simple things, right? They're simple men. They're not going out to get an AK-47 or AR-15.
You don't get an AK-47 to be the bad guy.
No, I'm just saying they're bad men are doing this, right? We just see court case after court case after court case, right? So don't tell me that there's not bad men doing this. Even Young Thug said, if you go to jail, get like whoop-de-doo.
But what I'm saying is,
right? So I don't want to hear that bad men don't do bad things. But what I'm saying is, Young Thug had women lining up at a jail cell.
Okay, and it's dudes at Comic-Con that get Comic-Con pussy.
You know, they're not like Young Thug. They're not got the Comic-Con niggas ain't got bitches. I've been to Comic-Con.
Getting pussy.
Hold up,
you get pussy wherever you can get pussy from.
Big Dog Market. I've been to Comic-Cons. They come out here where I'm at.
I know
women are not flying. Listen, women are not flying out to see niggas who do Comic-Con. But anyway, I don't want to get into that rabbit hole. So we got my man on the store. He swore he cooked me about some stuff, and we're gonna. He swear he a decipher. We got Nidus tonight from the lair to be Yeah, we don't watch it because he could be a gentleman and he could be a dog savage. What you got to say, Nidus?
What? I'm the sweetest. I'm like Santa Claus. I ain't nothing but joy and love. How dare you, sir? There's nothing mean or bad about me. I mean, you got flambéed earlier. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. We just move on. I don't know why you always make the dudes so weak in these scenarios that you cook up.
I don't make the dudes weak. The system make the dudes weak because the system which you're constructed in, right? They empower women to have these false sense of securities that they don't need a man, that they think that everything about them they can do with or without a man. And these women are on these panels and in life are walking around as they're better than men because of the false sense of 911, right? This is why a woman will challenge a man who knows she can't beat up, but she knows that she got that 911 in her back pocket. Who can check me, boo? Right? Then you got women who are educated, right? And getting corporate, they fucking their way to the top thinking, and because society has not made consequences for these things, and there's men who champion these things. Oh, she just has to do what she got to do to the top, and we got men like Brownville, et cetera, who are saying these women are queens. They are loving their power that you guys or that men are championing. So this is why it seems like men are from a power position. I would say men are losing power, and they are because of the system. Not me. The system, especially the institution of marriage. We do have to do marriage. The institution of marriage, it takes the leverage away from the man, and it gives the leverage to the woman. Right? If that woman goes to the courts and say, "Hey, well, why you won't leave him?" Irrespective, I don't know. I just won't leave him. If y'all got kids, you have as a man accumulated assets, or whatever. Of course, we're gonna divide that shit up and give her whatever percentage they deem that she deserves. The women, the court system values the women more than they do the men. So it's the system that make men weak because they're taken away from our ability to lead as we see proper to lead.
And we should understand this. One thing, do criminals give a damn about the law?
Somewhat. Depends. So I ain't telling, right? They don't want to really do that time, right?
Does conversation rule the nation?
Yeah.
Kasim.
Yeah, what's up?
You're a valuable man, right?
Yes.
A woman would see you as value and will want to maintain a relationship with you, right?
Yes.
So she's willing to listen and do a few things because she understands your worth, right?
You got me confused with your other bitch.
What other bitch? I'm with you every single day.
Yeah, Nidus, yes.
That's all I've been saying to the man. If a woman values you, if she understands what she actually gets from having you in her life, she's going to do what is necessary to keep that relationship going. Now, if you have
this
no
is crazy
value,
work, dude. This is crazy work.
Okay,
Tell me, any of you, what is the?
Go ahead, Nidus.
no, let Empress.
But I'm just saying I don't mind Emperor talking, right? But he has to talk in turn. I want a little bit of organization.
Yeah, just let me know, dude.
I don't have. Listen, I welcome pushback. Let me make this preference. I don't mind pushback. I don't want an echo chamber. Then we're gonna argue. We're gonna beat whatever. But let's do it in order so that the crowd can understand and they can pick a side. All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What you said, Nidus? Then we let Emperor.
No, give it to Empress.
Okay, let's go, Empress.
Nobody even is. This is the problem when you give people with lack of gray matter the time to think. They're not made to think. Like, this is what I'm like. Do any of you actually know the biological relationship between men and women? And can you tell me what it is?
It is for reproduction and for camaraderie.
No,
Procreation and cooperation
no,
with each other.
it's women give their bodies for men as playthings, and men, please don't kill us. That's the relation. Do you guys not understand that do you guys have any idea that women can be impregnated and give birth under medically induced coma? You don't need them conscious. See, this is the whole point. You guys are under the biological assumption that we're equal creatures, not women are inferior, which they are. They're an inferior creature. The reason do you guys understand that the human infant is the only infant the only animal that is completely defenseless when it's born, and the human female is the only grown animal that cannot fend for itself.
Yeah, you
You
really
guys
let
have
that
no idea. Like, do you understand that women have like 42 psi in their wrists and grip? It means they can't make tools. They can't they can't defer animals after they kill them. Like this is what, like you guys are under the impression that women aren't an inferior creature that we should enslave and use as we want.
No,
Like
that's not
that's
true,
my
Imperius. I heard you make these other points. I heard you, I believe it was yesterday when I was fishing, and you've been on for quite some time, and you were on with Sharon and a bunch of other gentlemen, and Sharon was speaking in reference to the difference between, men and women, how they gather and hunters. And I've heard all this stuff from you the other day, so I'm quite familiar with it.
there's absolutely nothing a woman does other than take dick. Their entire existence revolves around taking dick. It's who they're going to take dick by, who they want to be taken dick by, whose dick they might take, how they insinuate that they might take somebody's dick. That's their entire existence. Why
Okay.
are you guys? And it's because men have daughters, and they don't want to know or want to accept that every man that gets with their daughter is going to be doing the same degrading thing they did to somebody else's daughter. It's just men's weak ass ego. And innately, when you have a daughter, you know they're going to have cum on their face by a bunch of other men, and nobody wants to accept that.
So good point. Good point. I like it. But this is my point to the men over the earth, right? Listen, everybody understands pretty much our things here, right? We're here to procreate. We're here to be civilized in the society and become the best version of yourself, or whatever that is, right? But we need to stop blaming men for women's atrocities as well. Women have to.
They're an inferior creature, dude. Why do people not understand? You guys are so in.
Women are adults, and if they commit deletions, they will be charged in the court of law accordingly. If women do stealing from the store, they will go to jail and be charged accordingly. Women have to accept the responsibilities for their actions. And I understand that they're inferior. I'm not disputing that. I understand women is the weaker vessel. I'm not disputing that. But it does not acquit them when they're wrong. Because when they're wrong, they're wrong. That's all we're saying.
I understand that, but the problem is that men don't see women as wrong because they balance the interest in their head and go, "Oh, what would it be like to fuck her?"
Yes,
and essentially that's what happens. Like, for example, I was just reading a story today in Kentucky that a woman was taped poisoning her husband's coffee, almost killed him. She got 3 months probation. Why? Because the judge is like, "Oh man, if she gets out in 3 months, maybe I can run into her and I'll fuck her one day." In the end, you guys, the power lies in being able to get away from women's sorcery. I remember Busy Bones said this. He said, "Women coming with sorcery, I'm living with curses, smoking." You guys are like, what happened to black?
And you know what though? Busy Bones still wants. He still wants one woman that's down for him. He still wants that. In spite of all of the things that they do, he still wants one woman that's going to be really down for him. And I believe most to all men want that.
True, we do want
at
that.
the end of the day.
But he's come to the acceptance. He's come to the acceptance, as every other man is, that the only woman that is viable for a wife is a virgin. And once they take a dick, I'm sorry, I don't want a human urinal. Like, don't you have more self-esteem than wanting to touch a human urinal? Like, that's what I'm trying. I just, it's what it is as men have nose. Like, I'm sorry, but when I see a woman, I don't care how hot, I don't care if she's Megan Fox. She's had cum on her face. You're nothing that has had cum on it or in it can be equal to me. Why does nobody have that kind of confidence?
Well, it's because a lot of men, if they thought that way, that confidence would give them particular results and probably much not very good ones when it comes to having women long term, if that's what you want. But I think most men want, again, a woman that can be with him down for a long time. And if you come with that particular mindset that has you to do certain actions, you're not going to get very good results from the
But
women.
that's the
So what if
opposite if it's true, though. No, if you treat women like that, they will stay with you. Everything a woman does is a shit test. When they tell you they're powerful, they're actually weak. They want you to backhand them, tell them to shut up and suck your dick. Why do you think women stay
but
with men that abuse them?
Imperious, because those men exhibit some sort of strength. However, there's other attributes that you have in addition to that that makes them stay. And the only reason why they get with these men like that because they're initially attracted to them, right? If they're attracted to them at a certain level, he doesn't need very many of those things until, as time goes on, she wants more. Okay, you're a bad boy. I know that you got a Glock. You can protect me. You can put in some safety. What else is it that you can do? Are you a good supplier? Are you a good supporter of me? And if it's not in those particular categories, those women are choose not to stay with him anymore. So yes, those men, they exhibit certain characteristics and certain attributes that make them feel safe in the presence, but that safety is not enough. And too many men have brainwashed themselves into thinking that they could just be, they could just be tough and they could swing the Excalibur. Things like, okay, what else you got? And that's where they fall short.
Okay,
I
so
get it, but hold on.
let me tell you,
The
let me hop
problem
in
is
here.
that women. The problem is that
Let
women
me
have
let
been
me hop
removed
in.
from their biological necessities. They
Okay,
don't
so
need to.
let me hop in here, right? I listen. Protection is not only. I agree with you, Kasim. It's not only about swinging a sword or shooting a pistol, but we do need to be able to correct to properly protect. That means if I tell her, look, you're not getting no lashes, you're not getting the BBL, you're not going on that girls trip with your friends to Vegas because I don't like you from going from under my covering because I know that you're the weaker vessel, then she needs to comply. But if because of men like you can see and the society, y'all say,
Stop projecting.
let her be who she be. Live in your truth, boo.
But that's coming from the presumption that women ever wanted to have sex.
No, I'm just saying about what I'm
They
saying.
don't want. Let's be real here. Do you think you want another entity laying on top of you, dripping sweat into your face, pounding into you, grabbing your butt?
Of course they do, right? Of course the women love
No,
sex.
they don't. That's why they have a clitoris.
Okay.
Nature had to get them to want to do it with the only organ specifically for sexual pleasure.
But that's not the conversation I want to have, right?
But that leads into it. Hold on, dude. It's a tapestry, dude. It's a tapestry.
No, you're wrong, Empress. The reason why we like to have sex, why men like to have sex, is the pure, almost guarantee of busting a nut and getting an orgasm. Women
not
don't
talking
have
about
that
men.
more
I'm talking
times than
about
not.
women.
I'm just saying in general. But
I'm
you
talking
brought up
about
the topic
women.
about sexual, right? But you brought up the
I'm
topic
not talking about men.
sexual pleasure.
Yeah, that's the point. The point is, they have to be convinced to have sex. They don't want a human. Women don't like dirty shoes in their house. You think they want a dirty dick inside of them?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, if you believe that, if you believe that, then why are women only physically attracted to 2% of men?
Okay, so let's have the conversation. Now I need to speak. I'm the host. You let me finish. We have prostitutes that exist. We have strippers that exist. We have a lot of women out here having sex for money. Women like sex, right? And especially if they can monetize it. That's for women, that's the name of the game. Sex is more good to them, especially if they can monetize it. Women enjoy sex. They love, that's why they don't like guys with small dicks. They want most women want the guy with a decent sized penis, right? because they get pleasure. Women get pleasure from having sex. So, we're not going to sit here and act like women are just, oh, I hate sex. I hate sex. No, what they don't like is having sex and not getting paid for it. That's what a lot of women don't like. They want to be compensated. These women,
they don't naturally like you. They don't naturally like us, dude.
Let me finish. Right. Women want to be compensated. This is why women think they're the prize, right?
Because they don't find us attractive
for their vagina. And that compensation is not only just money, right? They want you to give up all your options. They want you to be emotional support. All of these things that they require from you is at the cost of their vagina. And if the moment you don't match those things or meet those requirements, right, they get rid of you because you're no longer pleasing them, right? And this has nothing to do with vagina. It has everything to do with their emotion because they get emotionally attached to how you treat them. And a large of that is money and emotional support. So the moment you take those things away, you take that emotional support, stop having sex with your woman for a year and see how long that relationship lasts, right? Stop taking her shopping. Stop saying, no, baby, we're not shopping no more. We're not doing that no more. We got to save up for the future. You just wear the clothes. I done bought you all these clothes. You just repeat that shit and see how long y'all last, right? Because women, they need not only to be pleased in the future, but they need to be pleased in a moment. And the moment you don't please them in that moment, they deem you as unvaluable and they devalue you. And this is where the respect thing gets lost, right? They start like, now they're going on girls trip. Now they're, oh, I don't want to talk to you, right? So we have to understand when we're dealing with women, we're dealing with an emotional creature who's very greedy and selfish.
Yeah, they're succubi. No, again, we're still looking at it at an angle. They don't even think. Do you think women actually think?
Yeah,
they don't. That's what I'm saying. We're looking at like.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. No. They don't think.
No, they think.
They react in a biological instigation. So all women do is react to the knowledge and to the stimuli that they could die at any 1 second. Everything that you just exclaimed can be fixed with this. So, let women die. If you see a woman getting pounded with a brick, let them die. If you see a woman getting shot, let her die. Women have been removed from the only thing that made them want to procreate the species. Their inherent weakness that they could die and be raped at any time. That is the only thing. No. This whole love thing, love didn't exist before Disney, guys. You guys should read the 18, 17, 16, 1500s diaries of women and what they thought of men. So, and you got like this. No, hold on. I don't totally agree. Hop off here, but in general, there's just like there's no discussion. You either control them like a child or you let them destroy you. There is no in between because women are a consumption objects. Their biology makes their reality. They have a massive vacuum in their body that they consume to try to fill the emptiness that is inside them that they will never fulfill because they're not men. They're inherent. Remember, God created women to be suitable helpers, not equals. So I got to hop off because I got to go shower after the gym. I'll be back in about an hour if you're still here. But this is, you guys got to literally think of it in the aspect of a biological creature. They don't love you. They love what you can do for you.
Thank you.
The action of love is we understand that. We understand that. But basically, like I was telling the Ruthless, it is based upon our abilities, right? Yes. The more capable a man of having these abilities, the more she gravitates to them because it's important for her survival.
Hey, Emperor, subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when we do.
Yeah, I already subbed earlier today, so I'll be back. All right, man.
So, yeah, he said some good things, but I'm going to thank you for coming up, Kasim, Nightish, whenever you wake up again. But yeah, and I'm gonna say this last little point, and then we be out. Kasim, I'm not saying that men shouldn't be losers, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that men that we shouldn't step up and be responsible for our actions. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is finger pointing and blaming others for others' action ain't gonna solve the problem either. If they wrong, they wrong, Kasim. If a woman is wrong, she's wrong. If a man is wrong, he's wrong. And we got to call it like it is, down the middle. Because we blaming the men for everything is not going to make the woman be a better person. She's only going to get worse. And you do have to.
Rufus, I do agree with that. I have never made it the fact that women are blameless, that they have nothing that they can work on. They're just totally scot-free and totally I never thought that, and I never will think that. I understand that women have a lot of work to do within themselves, right, in order for them to be the right individual that's suitable for a person that has those abilities. Right. I've always stood by that fact, and I'll always stand by that. I don't give them a blanket pass just for them to do what they want to do. Like, no, capable men have expectations, and capable men have standards for the women that they choose to have in their lives, for the what they can have, what they can buy, what they can cover a woman for. And they can't just be any old thing, because that man has choices. What I will say is, be the best person that you can be, working on your values and your character and everything else that would make you more suitable for that person to accept you when y'all come along and when y'all meet.
And my point is this: women need to start holding up their end of the bargain, because the men that they're marrying and that they're having these kids with, and for the most part, are meeting all those standards. Come on now. Most of the men, from Tom Brady to all the men in the middle class, they are meeting the standards. They are them niggas. They are him. Right? So women need to return on their investment. They need to give the men the return on their investment, because a lot of men are spending a lot of money on these women. A lot of men are paying their mortgages up front. A lot of men are being $100,000, $160,000 in a hole before they even marry the woman. What the fuck are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? So men are stepping to the plate. Women aren't just out here homeless and looking for a place to stay. A man will cash out a woman a hotel room fee just because he thinks she's cool. So the thing that women don't have to worry about here is a man that's going to take care of them. And there are a lot of capable men, right? It just may not be, because what women say are broke. What Sarah Funat said, if you make it 70K, you are not worthy of her. These women are delusional. Okay? So women, because they have picked the thing that's bad for them, which is, all this materialization of the relationships, all this shooting for the stars, getting to the bag, which is bad for relationships, because they have chosen that, they are no longer valuable partners to get married to, or to even have relationships in a lot of cases, because they have been corrupted. Instagram has got a lot of these bitches. We can go about TikTok, etc., right? And they clout chasing. All this is bad for them. And we know this as men. We know this. And this is why they divorce us. They divorce us or leave us, because we tell them, we don't want you going to the concert with your friends, because that's not good for our relationship. You have everything you need here. I might can't give you what Future give you. I can't buy you a new Benz or Maybach. But I make sure you got a roof over your head, food in your stomach, and I'm going to be here the best I can for you. But for women, that's not good enough, because they saying they want more. And beware of those who are married now, are finna get married, or have young marriages. There's a lot of turbulence ahead. Set your sails. So Rufus is going to thank you for coming, Kasim, Nightish, and hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'll do a live probably later on tonight, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. But
All right.
you're always welcome to this platform, Kasim. Whatever you want. You know, you want to come up and yell at me like you always do.
No, but you know what though? Because sometimes, honestly, I would say sometimes I have it on speakerphone and sometimes I have it in the headset, and I understand that because I have it on Bluetooth now. If I have it in the headset, I'm more focused in the conversation, and as you can see, I don't, uh, I'm not as boisterous. So, something I'm working on.
Okay, don't worry about it. I don't care. I don't mind. I don't care. Fuck, I'm hood. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood. I don't give a fuck this shit. We can
Yeah,
yell
well.
all day. We can yell all day. But yeah, thank y'all for coming. Ruthless is out.